While visiting his lawyer's office, Colin, the owner of a farm, stumbled upon a pregnant woman who had gone into labor in the elevator. Colin was able to successfully get the woman out of the elevator, but was later summoned to court for property damage. To his surprise, his lawyer did not appear in court to represent him. It's stuck. Have you called someone? Does security know? We need to get her out. As he neared the elevator in the lawyer's building, Colin could hear the commotion. He had been there to obtain the final signatures for a small expansion project on his farm, which had taken a lot of time and effort to complete. He was finally finished with all the bureaucracy and was ready to begin his new project, but the disturbance around him pulled his focus away from his plans. What's going on? He asked the people panicking in front of the elevator. There's a woman stuck in the elevator alone, a woman replied hysterically. Well, calm down. Security will open it soon, Colin said, not understanding her attitude. She's in labor, her water broke, and she's all alone in there, the woman said, wiping her sweaty forehead. Oh Jesus, has someone called 911? He wondered, starting to worry like the rest of the people around him. Yes, but oh my God. Can you hear her screaming? The woman pointed out, distraught. She was right. The woman inside the elevator was screaming, a horrible, excruciating screech that would probably be even worse if the elevator doors were open. Colin felt like he should do something. Suddenly, he remembered the crowbar sitting on the trunk of his pickup inside the building's underground parking lot. Colin spotted the emergency stairs and called out to the unfamiliar woman, "I'll be back." He sprinted to the stairs and raced down them, despite the fact that they were on the 11th floor. By the time he reached his truck, he was barely able to catch his breath. However, he didn't let that stop him and grabbed a crowbar before running back to the building. The climb up the stairs was much more strenuous, but he persisted, determined to get those doors open as quickly as possible. Finally, he reached the 11th floor. Everyone move, he told the gathering, and when they did, he started banging on the door, trying to find some purchase so they could open the doors. Help me, he screamed again when his crowbar slightly separated the doors. The men placed their hands in the crevice, and they pulled until the doors finally gave up and opened. The woman was writhing on the floor, and it was a whole mess that no one there was prepared to handle except a few women who rushed to her. Should we take her downstairs? Colin asked, his chest moving quickly as he tried to recover from his massive efforts. I don't think we can move her, someone said. Let's wait for the paramedics. Luckily, they arrived a few seconds later through the emergency stairs and did their thing, put the woman on the gurney, and rushed out. Colin followed them just in case they needed help and saw as they placed the woman in the ambulance. Thank you. She squeaked weakly at him as the doors closed and the ambulance took off. Colin stood there breathing heavily for a long time, then went to his truck. He hoped everything would go well, but he would probably never know. You've been served, a stranger told Colin, handed him an envelope, and left. He opened it and was shocked to discover that the corporation that owned the building where his lawyer's office was located was suing him for damages for the door.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
This can't be, Colin muttered, shocked. This happened months ago. I can't afford a lawsuit right now. He honestly couldn't. They had invested all their money in the expansion of the farm, and things were tight for them since then. Call Mr. Rothstein, Colin's wife, Taylor urged, and he did. Mr. Rothstein told him not to worry because the whole matter was ridiculous. But they had to go to court. Where's Mr. Rothstein? Taylor worried when they reached the courtroom for their appointment, and they couldn't see their trusty lawyer. I don't know, Colin said, worried as well. They truly needed him. Mr. Davis, is your attorney coming? There are a lot of cases to get through today. I don't want any delays, the judge asked, looking at him from behind her glasses expectantly. Yes, he stuttered, but the courtroom door creaked as they opened, but it wasn't Mr. Rothstein. He didn't recognize that man. Regardless, he walked toward Colin with confidence and shook his hand. Your Honor, I'm here in place of Mr. Rothstein, the man said and introduced himself as Parker. Thank you, Mr. Levy, Colin told him after they shook hands. The plaintiff party, represented by a tough-looking lawyer, exposed their case against Colin, including footage where he broke the elevator doors and eventually pushed them open. Your Honor, there's a protocol for this kind of emergency, and Mr. Davis had to wait for the building to follow that protocol. The opposing lawyer explained and finished his side. Standing up and straightening his suit, Mr. Levi began. Mr. Friedman conveniently left out the part about the pregnant woman who went into labor and was screaming in agony inside the elevator. Emergency services had been called, but no one was doing anything to help, and many people could hear her cries. Colin could tell that the judge was listening intently. Mr. Davis ran down 11 floors to his car and went up again to save this woman and her child, which he did, Mr. Levi revealed, showing the court several CCTV photos as they took the woman out of the elevator. Finally, the lawyer pulled up a picture of the woman with her baby in the hospital. The defendant did his civic duty to help a woman in pain. The laboring mother might not have survived if things had been delayed. I mean, if he followed protocol. Colin looked at Taylor and smiled. Mr. Levi continued, eviscerating the plaintiff's case, and although they expected the judge to take longer, she dismissed the case quickly. Thank you, Mr. Levi. I don't know why you came here for me instead of Mr. Rothstein. I hope he's up. Colin shook the lawyer's hand. Mr. Rothstein is doing very well, Mr. Davis, Parker said with a smile. But I wanted to be here to thank you personally. The woman in the elevator was my wife, and you played a vital role in ensuring that both she and our baby are safe. I owe you a great debt, the lawyer revealed, much to the surprise of Colin and Taylor. However, Colin merely smiled and hugged the man. Despite all the difficulties that his act of kindness had caused, he would never hesitate to assist someone in need.